Yes, we're looking forward to playing Florida here Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Our team is actually in really good health, I would imagine, for this time of year as compared to the other teams. We got just about everybody ready. Cody Waltrip, who's been out the last 5 or 6 weeks, actually practiced a little bit yesterday, and he's going to be available. So we're looking forward to seeing what happens and playing a very good team that struggled a little bit at times, but they got the number one defense in the conference and a whole bunch of good players, good coaches. We got to play well if we're going to expect to have a good chance to win the game. So, looking forward to the game this week.
We'll start with Edgar Thompson of the Orlando Sentinel.
Yeah, Coach. How would you characterize your relationship with Will Muschamp, and do you sympathize with what he's going through down here this season?
Yeah, we got a good relationship, and I admire the way he coaches his team, runs the show down there. I made mention that I think last year he was SEC Coach of the Year. I think they were, after they beat FSU, they were third in the country in that BCS poll, and if Notre Dame had lost to Southern Cal, I believe Florida would have been in the national championship game last year. Obviously, this year they've had a rash of injuries all over the team that's really hurt them. But they still got plenty of ball players, and they're still a very hard-nosed, physical type team.
Have you seen a team go through such a rash of injuries? Have you had that happen to you before to this degree?
No. Our teams, for some reason, we haven't had a whole bunch of injuries. I don't know why, but no, I don't think I've ever seen quite as many as they've had.
Thank you.
Next is Bob Holt on the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
Okay.
Hey, there's 4 new, first-year coaches in the league, and Auburn's obviously doing pretty well, but the other 3 at Arkansas and Kentucky and Tennessee are 1-16 in SEC games. How tough do you think it is to try to rebuild a program in this league? What do you think that record says about what those guys are going through?
Well, obviously they all got hired because the other coach or the team before him wasn't doing very well. So, Auburn has been incredible, I think, what they've been able to do. They weren't picked to do much at all. And, of course, on the other side, Missouri wasn't picked to do much, and they've turned into one of the best teams in the conference by far, probably in the top 2, 3, something like that. So, I don't know what it says. Maybe it says they need to recruit or, get their system in or whatever. I'm not sure what it says really.
How tough a learning curve do you think it is in this league? I think none of those guys had coached, besides Gus, had coached in the SEC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all those guys have coached, and I guess Mark Stoops' first year he's been a head coach, but they know what good play looks like, and I think most of those teams have been, I guess, Arkansas, and, of course, Tennessee beat us, so they looked pretty good that day. Kentucky almost beat us, so we've struggled with a lot of teams, but I don't know what it says, but the only thing I can do is worry about my team here. Our team here is what we're trying to be concerned with.
Thanks.
All right.
Next is Edward Ashoff of ESPN.com.
Yeah, Coach, can you just go back to last year's game against Florida? How frustrating was that to see all those mistakes, especially in a game that you guys could have won?
Well, I don't know if we could have won it, but I think we could have been closer than getting beat by 33 points. But it happened, Downs, and that's what happened. Hopefully it won't happen to us this week or any weeks, but, yeah, we've been fortunate taking care of the ball just about all of our games this year. The one we lost in Knoxville, we had 2 turnovers and didn't get any. Turnovers are very important, as we all know.
And then I was wondering, I mean, I know you've been in South Carolina for a while now, but is it still weird at all to play Florida, and especially, you know, in a game that
It's just
like
it's
you guys?
no, it's just our team against their team, and that's about I think all we need to talk about now since it's been 9 years. It's the 9th year we've played them, and we got a lot to play for, and they're trying to win a ball game, get bowl eligible, so they got a lot to play for. It should be a heck of a game.
Next we have Joe Morgan of the Independent Alligator.
How you doing, Coach?
Okay.
Can you just talk about Mike Davis and what a luxury it is to have him in the backfield? And do you get the sense that he's got any extra juice this week to play Florida, where he's committed for more than a year?
Oh, I don't know how much. I think we had 3 players that at one time had committed to Florida that are on our team now. Chaz Sutton and Victor Hampton also, I think, committed way back. And, you know, sometimes stuff happens when you commit a year ahead and so forth. But I don't know. We don't talk about things like that. We just try to talk about playing the game the best we can. Mike has had a very good year, and he needs to play well. Probably if we're going to have a chance to beat Florida, he needs to make a bunch of yards. I think they're number 1 in the league in pass defense also. So we got to mix it up and take care of the ball. He has had a few fumbles. I will have to mention that to him every now and then, but not many. And he's had an excellent year, and he's a very good back.
Obviously, having Marcus there for multiple years and kind of having him shoulder the load, how much has this transition just been made smoother with Mike being able to step in and perform pretty well?
Yeah, Mike he's played well. I don't think he's carried the ball quite as many times as Marcus did some games back in 2010. I know Marcus carried 40 times down there in the swamp, so he hadn't had 40. I don't think he's had a 30 carry game. So, but he's had in the 20s. He's had a lot of carries, and he's had some long runs. So that's always helpful too. But yeah, Mike's doing well, and he should be ready to go. He had a little bit of a banged up shoulder. Hopefully that will not bother him this week.